Well, in my life, there's two areas. One is the social area, one is the professional area. And both of these areas I feel very much stunted in. Like I mentioned in the conference, I have graduated from college with excellent grades, and I know that I can be a very I know I am a diligent worker, and I have a lot to contribute to the workplace and also to the team. But then I was just failing at interviews. Some of my classmates, they were getting in with only one interview, and I went to 10 different companies, and then they all rejected me at a process that I thought would be very easy. So I felt very defeated. How I went from a very successful student to someone who just got rejected by the corporate America, basically. And I did remember the feeling of intense panic before going to interviews. And I saw that many other people didn't have that. They just considered it as another event. And I told myself, I want to be just like that. I want to feel normal about interviews. A lot of times I didn't feel confident putting myself out there, reaching out to people, organizing events, and building community. And as a result, I just didn't really have anyone to... I had friends, but not to the extent that I knew was possible. Like at the middle of the night, if I really had something on my mind, there's no one that I could just pick up the phone and call. I was on Reddit one time, and I forget the exact thread, but if I could find it, I would just print it out and frame it on my wall. And somebody in the comments said, "Oh yeah, check out this guy, he has a podcast called Shrink for the Shy Guy." And I was like, oh wow, I can definitely do that, because I listen to podcasts and audiobooks a lot when I'm driving, when I'm walking, and sometimes when I'm running in the gym. And then I did check out Aziz's podcast. And just from that very first episode I listened to, I'm like, wow, this guy gets it. Like, I didn't encounter anyone who described the difficulties that I was facing with such level of relatable qualities. Like, he just described it in such a relatable way. And then I really like how he didn't sugarcoat it. Like, yeah, you're gonna go out and try this and that, and you're going to fail. But then it's okay. And the key is to not be so hard on yourself. Oh, so many. But one of the most relevant ones, just based on how long has been a problem in my life, is my relationship with my dad, actually. So he's, to put it simply, he's pretty much like the manifestation of the worst version of my inner critic. Like, anytime I didn't get that A+, if I just got an A, but then A+ was possible, he would be like, why are you such a disappointment? Why didn't you get that A+? So that has been, that kind of emotional abuse has been going on for a long time. And we had a fallout during probably my junior year in college, and that's when I realized that, even though he is my dad, but all he is bringing me is these blames and criticisms and, insults, even though he's my dad, and I thank him for bringing me into this world, but and giving me, like paying for my college education. But I actually didn't need that in my life. So, and that was, I think that was like 2013, and so we didn't talk. We didn't talk for about 4 years. And then just recently, this last year in 2018, we started talking again. But even though I have matured a little bit, we still had a lot of arguments. And in the past, I would just write it off as a hopeless case, like he's a parent, and he's like, this is his household, and like there's no point in asserting myself or trying to find fairness. But this time, I just decided to be brave but also vulnerable. Brave in the sense that, I'm going to just give it one more chance, give it a try. And vulnerable in that I actually revealed to my dad, like when I was making a joke, and then he just somehow he didn't get the joke, and then he turned it back on me, and he was like, oh wow, you are just a lot of insults, you're just a horrible person, you're stupid, but he said it in a much more horrible way than that for even making that joke. You should just get out of my house right now. I'm gonna just throw you out on the street. I'm just like, Dad, can I talk to you about that? What you said just now. I was making a joke. It's not related to you, and it's not directed towards you personally. But the way that you turn it back on me, and attack me personally, that was very hurtful. And I told him that sometimes in the coffee shop, I would encounter customers who are a lot more rude than him, but I wouldn't really be that affected. But from him, because he's a close family member, that's why it hurts the most. And I told him that. And he actually said, oh, I didn't mean to hurt you. I will not say that again. And that was the first time in our life that happened. So that couldn't have been possible without the personal development that I got from listening and just practicing Dr. Aziz's teachings. It gave me so much hope, not only for this relationship, but it made me realize that, this stuff works. I'm definitely very glad I came here. It's been quite outside of my comfort zone. I haven't really had a chance to really reflect on all the lessons, but I know that I'll go back a different person. It made me realize that the world is a much more open and friendly place than I thought it was. And there's many people in the same boat as I am. By becoming our most confident and genuine self, we serve not only ourselves, but we also bring a lot of benefits to those around us and to the community that we live in and to our workplace. Eventually I do want to venture into being an entrepreneur. And that's gonna affect my customers, my clients, and just everyone that I can reach out to. Just be open to life and do whatever it takes, because I was, I right now, a lot of the times I am in that level 5 commitment stage, but sometimes I maybe drop down to a level 4 and sometimes level 3. I was willing to just turn over every stone and really evaluate every resource. I'm willing to do whatever it takes, get whatever is helpful from this person's teaching and whatever is helpful from the other person's lessons to help build myself up.